And there's another example of the FMAK kerfuffle. I thought we agreed that Obama was going to introduce us. What was that drum roll? And yeah, all right. I'm still waiting on my legal counsel, who's also my moral and ethics counsel for public safety, to straighten all this shit out. Um, this is just kind of crazy, you know. I'm also waiting on for public safety to help me sue the United States Postal Service, or maybe specifically the post office in somewhere out there in western central Pennsylvania. I addressed it to my accomplice in crime, but they're saying they delivered it to the post office. It wasn't addressed to the post office, and they said it was guaranteed to be there Thursday. It would likely be there Wednesday. Well, as I look at my watch that's not on my wrist, it's Friday. So yeah, we got some we got some dealings to do with the either the post office there or the United States Post Office itself. I see some people are blaming it that I bought a MacBook. Yes, I'll be suing Apple too because I brought a brand new MacBook up here, which I haven't figured out how to run. And if I did, it doesn't have a port for a memory card. What the hell, Apple? I should have stuck with the Windows computer. I've been working on Windows for decades. I understand Apple's supposed to be easier.
Hold on.
Oh, it's Karen.
No. This is not an appropriate venue to be bringing these things out.
Oh, well, hold on now. It's a kerfluffle.
I'm sorry, but if you're going to insist on bringing this out like this, we're going to have to escalate things internally. And I'm sorry, I don't think you're going to like the result.
I'm going to need you to identify: are you a hostile witness or a friendly witness? Because you seem kind of back and forth, and those other two witnesses too. Yeah, I don't know who's on my side anymore. Come on, man.
I'm on the same side I've always been on.
Oh, your side. Okay, you want payment. Well, I haven't sued the post office yet. I haven't sued Apple yet, and yeah, my you blame it on my legal counsel, Chris Ryder. He's not responding to my pleas for legal advice.
Well, that's I'm sorry, that's not my problem. As you can see the banner down below there. Uh,
Actually, I can't see the banner down below. Let me squint.
oh well, should I read that to you?
This channel now under yeah, you got to read
Control
it
of the Killing Time Corporation until all debts paid.
to me. I've been seized. Well, according to a certain text chain I've been reading, now my Bell's palsy, which I could have played off as a stroke, now it's a seizure. I can confirm, yes, my hard drives were seized by the FBI, the Lanesville Police Department, and some stable. Where's
That's
your accomplice? Where's my accomplice? He's a turncoat. He's helping you out and he's helping me out, and we're at odds over the payment thing. And my camera is fuzzy. Where's the camera on the damn phone? Am I
your
blurry?
camera looks fine on my end.
I'm
It's
not
just
blurry.
the light behind you is washing you out a little bit.
Oh,
Shift a little bit to your left and you might block it. There you go.
yeah. I blocked this son. I see fraud. Oh, he's that fellow in Australia. Afternoon, Finkel and killing time. Um, yeah. I'm in the center. I am the center of the universe. So we measure time by where I am, and it's morning. Good morning. It is all about
Well,
me, as I learned from my moral, ethical, and spiritual advisor, Chris Ryder. It's all about me.
yeah, if you want to take the advice of your counsel, we'll say
Mhm.
that's your right. I won't say anything negative about that, but we do still have an issue to deal with, and you know,
Uh,
until this is all settled, I'm
uh,
sorry, but things are
uh,
going to just keep getting worse. And if your hard drives and all that were seized, how are you on here now?
do I have to scream at you my oath to the Constitution, which includes the Sixth Amendment, which says I don't have to address this issue until my lawyer, Chris Ryder, is present. And
You're the
Chris
one that
Ryder's,
did this. You're the one that brought up this stream to address this issue.
yeah, I make about as much sense as Chris Ryder, don't I? I'm
No
sorry, for
comment.
public safety.
No comment on that.
So, was that you or who was it that said, now I've had a seizure? Okay, it was
Oh, it
the other
wasn't
guy.
me.
All right. I'd like to know, not a seizure, huh? Okay. So I really had a seizure. Instead, I'm pretending like I have Bell's palsy. Sorry, that was rude.
Actually, I've seen
I
people have
apologize.
seizures,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's not what you're having.
mm.
You might be having a brain seizure or something, but
Oh, for the last 60 years, I've been having a brain seizure. Mm. You're on suspension until corrective action is completed. Oh, I see. We've changed. It's not FMAK. It's KMAF.
well, killing times.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
see Muxer put himself second. Okay. All right. Hmm. Okay. How are you doing, Killing Time?
I'm doing fine. Getting through day by day.
No, one day at a time. What a lovely concept.
It's all a
Um,
man can do, isn't it?
yeah.
One day at a time, one step at a time.
Other than following what Ariel, Mux, or myself have been talking about, have you seen any of these other characters on their live streams, or other characters sharing other characters? Or are you up on the lore? Because actually, I'm in the lore and I'm behind on the lore.
No, I'm not getting in the middle of all that. I don't care about all that stuff.
Not in the middle of it, watching it. But have you witnessed some of these things?
No, I haven't been watching them.
But
Only things.
quite often, somebody will say, "So and so said this," and I would have watched so and so's live stream when he allegedly said this, and I didn't hear him say this. I heard him say that, and I don't know if I'm missing something or yeah, because I had a seizure,
Stroke.
stroke,
Get,
stroke.
come on, man, get it right. If you're gonna, I'm just going off of what I've seen on these channels. These
I'm not
killing
aware of
time channels.
I'm not aware of anybody on YouTube accusing me of having a stroke. Although when people first saw this, a Safeway employee, friends in the program, even the doctor's staff, they first thought and checked for stroke, and then they came to the conclusion it was Bell's palsy.
Well,
But yeah, it doesn't.
that would be standard for someone of your advanced years.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. We do. We do not often get the pleasure of seeing Killing Time on video, but I have seen him in back channel before, and I can assure you, my age is not that much different than his own. Within a few years of each other, I'm sure.
Uh, you'd be surprised. I just look a lot older than I am.
Oh, okay. He's 21. He's got that childhood disease to make you age. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Now it's called actually doing physical labor for, my life. That kind of ages you a little bit. Instead of sitting in the house playing like you're doing something online.
Yeah. I have heard that Ryder is accusing me of faking this, and hmm.
So
And then
what do you
yes,
do to fake this? Do you give yourself shots of Novocaine, or how are you pulling this off?
I don't know. As a seizure last, what was it, about 3 weeks now? I'm having a 3 week long seizure. It's funny. I did a video or live stream. I can't remember. I called Ryder out on me allegedly faking this, and he put in the comments in one of these videos said, "No, no, no, it wasn't me that said you were faking it. It was Muxter that said I was faking it." I'm like, okay, if you had any credibility left, now it's all gone.
The only thing I would say you're faking is your financial obligation to the production company and the artist represented therein.
No, no, the artists are faking that responsibility. I'm denying that responsibility.
Can't deny it when you already agreed to it.
You can't prove that.
Want to
The,
bet?
the car was off, therefore the camera recording wasn't going on when we allegedly made that agreement.
Uh, you know better, Finkel. I keep all records.
Why are you faking it? I can't believe how all this has impacted me. Yeah, I'm sorry for its direct impact, but yeah, why I'm faking it? So that you guys will be compelled to click the $ at the bottom of the chat and send me lots and lots of money. YouTube will allow you to send up to $500 a day. Now I'll get to keep like 300 of it. And a lot of people have received donations from me, know my Cash App. So you can also send that way. I get a bigger chunk of it when using my Cash App.
I will encourage everyone to please help. Go ahead and hit that link and donate to him. He's going to need the money for the legal fund that he is fixing to find himself in.
And the back pay for the artists.
Well, if you could settle that, you wouldn't find yourself in this legal situation you're fixing to be
in. That's right. I'm still waiting on my lawyer's response, but as I read the contract, that I will provide 80% of the proceeds to the artists. It does say artists, and it's questionable whether the help is artistic or not.
Nobody
As
said it had to be helpful to you.
well, it says artists, and it's really questionable as to whether this is art. Who gets to define what art is?
It's in the eye of the beholder.
Well, this beholder beholds AI.
Doesn't matter how the result is achieved as long as it's achieved.
Where's Muxter? I thought he'd be here by now.
Maybe he's got better things to do than to
That could
involve himself in the upper level communications between his representative and you.
And yeah, so I'm warning Ariel and Muxter that we're talking about them. So if they want to defend themselves, they're going to have to come up or record this and redo the AI on it.
Oh, I think this is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, you guys are trying to rake me over the coals by pretending to be artists.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're just trying to enforce an agreement that was already on the books.
I should call Chris because this is just out of control. Your denial, your insistence, it's just like it's crazy, man.
You can call him. I've made my stand clear on all that. How you feeling now, Finkel?
I'm a little tired. I've been for a vacation. When the other day, I misread something on the maps, and what I thought was going to be about 2.5 hours each way. Yeah. Turned out to be 3 hours to point A, 3 hours from point A to point B, and a little bit over 3 hours from point B back to the original point. And point A and point B both had some considerable time. So I was pretty worn out 2 nights ago when I got back here. And then yesterday was a bit crazy locally, but yeah, I'm pretty worn out for a guy who's supposed to be relaxing. Call Chris. He'll claim you are harassing and stalking him. I'm I'm looking for his legal, ethical, and moral counsel because he's one of the biggest legal experts, moral experts, and ethical experts I'm aware of out there.
Mm.
Don't you know he single-handedly got Michael Kaiser arrested and exported to Alabama. Nobody else had anything to do with that. That was all expertise from Chris Ryder. So if someone can pull that off all by himself, I really have to listen to everything he says because he's so on the spot and accurate about everything he's ever told me.
I believe there's other channels that might disagree with that analysis of their
Well,
just
I,
speculation, but
I think it was you that said it's all in the eyes of the beholder. And when Chris looks at himself in the mirror, that's what he sees. Mm.
oh yeah, don't forget that.
Hmm?
So don't forget that one.
And got Jamie Noel arrested and in jail. Yeah, oh yeah, when he says stuff, now I'm turning off the joking around switch. When he says
Okay.
stuff about people, places, and situations that are far away from me and I don't know, and they seem believable to my seizured brain, um, all I have to go on is how how confident he seems because I don't know characters like Michael Kaiser, J.J. Scarborough, Jamie Noel, um, the sister of the chief deputy. I don't know these people. And when Chris Ryder brings this stuff up, it seems realistic. And when it comes to the first one, Michael Kaiser, Shiz Happens brought actual receipts to back up everything she's ever said about the guy. So I'm thinking, okay, he's right on Michael Kaiser, and he's convincing on these other characters that I don't know. But now that the kerfluffles come into my circle, things I know directly about, his credibility is really taking a nosedive. And now it's got me questioning: was he full of shit about JJ and Ray Whited and Ray Whited's sister? Because now he's saying things that I know to be inaccurate.
Hey, Giggles, it's good to see you.
It is Giggles, yeah. Hey, Finkel and Killing Time. Hey, there you go. Thank you for doing that thing. It's just really difficult for me on the phone because
Oh, no problem.
Muckster,
No problem.
Muckster made me buy a Mac Pro that I don't know how to use and didn't let me take my Windows computer up here. It's all Muckster's fault. If he's not here to defend himself, I can accuse him, right?
I can't have you slandering any of the artists under the Killing Time Corporation.
Oh, he's one of the artists, is he? There we go with that subjective term, artiste. Yeah.
It's kind of like one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's art
Is another man's fart. Yeah, okay. All right, I got you.
it's all in how you see things.
Yeah. All right. Hmm.
Since you can't see anything but out of one eye, I guess that compromises your objectivity.
I can see out of my palsied eye. It's just not real clear. It's fuzzy. Everything's fuzzy, but I can see. Yeah, my peripheral vision sucks. But if I close my left eye, I can see your ad. Well, no, I can't. It's fuzzy. Yeah, it's all fuzzy.
Told
If
you.
you can keep a secret, Finkel, I'll let you into something no one knows.
Shh.
I can't read the bottom part. No one knows. Can you read it for me?
Okay, I'll pick up where you left off. It
Okay.
says, shh. Ryder gets his law info from Tiffany.
Oh.
Shh.
Oh.
I'm only reading the comment. I am not endorsing it. I'm not
That's true.
uh,
Yeah, if anybody's just
denying it.
listening to audio, that was a reading. That wasn't a killing time or a Finkel uh, statement. He was reading. Who was that?
Fraud or watch.
Frauded to watch. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, one thing I can say about Tiffany is I'm hearing mostly secondhand is that maybe she's getting a little disgruntled. And hearing firsthand, I think it was when Muxter played them in the car. I think it was off one of Chris Ryder's own videos. She seems to be correcting him when he's wrong about me and when he's wrong about Muxter. Um, I'm like, I don't know if Muxter cherry picked that part out because of that. Because, yeah, when he says something about Ray Whited or he says something about J.J. Scarborough, we don't have much to go on except for what he's telling us. When he
That's all
says something
anybody
about,
on. That's all anybody on here has to go on, unless
right,
the documents are provided that
yeah,
back it. That's all you have to go on.
but now he's saying stuff about stuff I do know about, conversations I've had, conversations Muxter's had, our motives. I see he's getting that so wrong that I really have to question how accurate has he been about all these other things that I've been kind of blindly, yeah,
Accepting.
yeah. I now GS went with for public safety for a long time. He did fundraisers for him. Then all of a sudden, one day, he seemed like he was going against for public safety, and we were all like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And that was kind of a catalyst for everyone to start targeting GS and picking on him. But now, uh, I find myself in a similar boat. I don't know what for public safety says about these people out in the Midwest. Is it true or not? But now that I see he's saying stuff about me and Muxter, I'm thinking he's very easily willing to either lie or be delusional and perceive things so very inaccurately wrong. I'm thinking he, there's a pattern here. There's definitely a pattern here.
Ooh,
I
okay.
have also met Chris and Tiffany. Oh, Giggles is also
Go
met
back
Chris's.
up here. It says that they know JJ, Brothers Keeper, generally specific,
Mm-hmm. Oh, they've
and
met all these
then
people.
then they say they also met Chris and Tiffany.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, and I know my brother's keeper. He's had some direct interactions with Chris, and the way Chris paints it makes my brother's keeper look pretty evil. But the way Chris is painting me and Muxter now, it makes us sound pretty evil. And I'm like, I really got to step back and wonder if all these evil people in Chris's life, if the real common denominator is, yeah, um, yeah.
Well, long time ago, I heard a saying,
Mm-hmm.
that there's a kernel of truth in every lie.
The colonel, yeah.
Now,
JJ
how
really
much that
is JJ
how
really
much that
is an elected county official. He really is. That's the colonel. uh, Law students are very dangerous. MC
whoops,
Delegath. Good morning. Oh, good. Well, okay.
I'm sorry,
Well, that's
it moved right as I went to click.
that's okay. That's okay. People in the chat, I apologize. You're on a very small device for me, and my vision's not the greatest. So I might miss a lot of what you say. I might miss context of what you say. But we are still waiting for legal, moral, and ethical advice from Chris Ryder because he seems to be the expert. Because we're going to go on through a little moral and ethical challenge here between the artists and the studio. I should say curator. I can't even say owner anymore because they've taken over my studios.
Hello, Kiwi. And
We're
I
good.
agree. I don't know how he dares to do a lot of the things he does.
uh, I've had some legal, moral, and ethical advice from the Chris fellow, and yeah, it's quite possible I've been steered wrong. A book at Twinkle. So have I. Chris made a statement that my brother's
That my
keeper was.
brother's keeper was in Hardin County Monday, and he was not.
Oh, more inaccuracies. Kelly Brown. Good Friday morning. Yes, it's Friday. Yes, Kelly, it is Friday. United States Post Office guaranteed that my good friend would have my camera card by Thursday. And they said it was probably even be there Wednesday. Well, as you pointed out, it is Friday, and it is not there unless it is there, and the artists are rebelling so hard they're holding that memory card ransom. Oh, I hadn't even
No,
considered that.
no. Sorry, I'm going to have to quash that right now.
Oh,
Uh, we do have morals and ethics, so we would not withhold that type of information.
I see. Okay, I don't know. It's highly suspicious because the post,
Uh, Miss
if you
Kelly Brown
remember,
says hi. Good morning to you.
good. Well, good morning to you too. Now, if you remember correctly, back in somewhere in the 1930s, a guy claimed to be Santa Claus, and they had a court hearing to find out if he was Santa Claus. And the deciding factor of evidence was all the mail that was addressed to Santa Claus, and it came to him right there in court. Therefore, the court ruled this must be Santa Claus because the United States Postal Service is bringing Santa Claus mail to this guy.
I remember that.
So
That
that
was a
means the United States Postal Service is spot on. Therefore, the suspicion that maybe the artists are holding that memory card for ransom. I don't know. I don't know.
It could also be that someone didn't actually mail it and just claims they did. Ah, oh,
Oh, right. Go to the post office and mail an envelope. And the envelope is either empty or has some other content. And I tell
well,
everybody on YouTube it's this content. Ooh, that
yeah,
sounds surprisingly familiar.
that's also like the check is in the mail,
Indeed. The card is in the mail. The check is in the mail. Okay.
and I've actually heard that term used by someone. I won't say any names, think. Uh, about the check being in the mail, but never received.
Hmm.
So, this could be a very similar situation. I'm just putting that
Uh,
hypothesis out there.
it's been known to happen. Okay. Let's take a look at if I go to USPS tracking, probably the same as it was last night. Track a package, put in
Come
that
on,
number.
Finkel. That doesn't prove anything. Even if you can pull it up,
Yeah,
anybody can mail an empty envelope.
that is true. Yeah. Yeah, it says delivered, individual picked up at postal facility, 2:44 p.m. yesterday. Which is weird because I didn't address it to I didn't address it to a PO box. I addressed it to a street address. All jokes aside, I'm a little bit miffed about this. See all tracking history. Maybe I have to click on that.
The Kiwi has some advice for you there. Would you like me to read that out for you?
Yes, please.
It says, I'm not sure you should trust your friends in all capital letters, Finkel.
Oh, it's all very suspicious, the Kiwi, including those fellows out there in New Zealand. Um, yeah, the last tracking item is delivered, individual picked up at postal facility. Undoxed city in undoxed state of Pennsylvania, September 25th, 2:44 p.m. That makes me mad. Hey,
Why?
whoever's out there mistakenly picked up this package, please deliver it to the address on the package. Because this unspecified location is not a big place. I bet everybody knows everybody else. So we are watching always Sergeant. I haven't gone by Sergeant in a long time. SGT. We actually have 11 audience members for this total silliness. I'd say this particular stream has been 98% silly. Silly?
Nice to take a break from the serious.
Amen, brother. Amen. I do love me some silly. Oh, we just see. I mentioned the word silly, and we go up 3 viewer counts. Who up?
Well,
Share
we
some
all know the
statistics.
real draw here is me. I mean, come on, let's be real.
That's true. That's
You
true.
only
But you
get
should.
5 viewers.
You got your morning voice going on. You got your radio voice going on. Maybe you should do a little DJing of a little, I don't know, Hank Williams Jr. Or is that copyrighted? Hank Williams Jr.
Why would I care? This channel's under my control and under someone else's name.
Well, for anyone watching, when Killing Time, Ariel, Muxter, and Finkel first got together, we were attempting to do a 24/7 stream, and some of our best viewer counts were on Killing Time's schedule because he had that morning radio voice, and the chicks like Stephanie Jinks just loved it. And then Muxter and Finkel and Ariel would come on, everyone would go away. Finkel, your face is seeming to be what?
Less paralyzed.
Less paralyzed. It is because it's getting old faking this, and as I get tired of faking it, you know, I relax to my resting face, which is resting bitch face, by the way. I've been told I have RBF, resting bitch. You're sounding better, Finkel. Well, I'll never sound as good as Killing Time Passing Through.
Well,
I mean, I got my eyes on the prize, but yeah, I'm a long ways to go.
it's hard
Glad
to
you're getting
improve
better.
on perfection.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So it's hard to improve on perfection.
It is. Thank you. Thank you. I am
That
perfect.
was an acknowledgement of you.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to get a refill. I'll be right back. I turn my back on you. Oh, don't look at my ass on the way out.
Just like you did with your financial responsibilities to our artists. Well, it's obviously me, the Kiwi. I mean, haven't you seen? I proclaimed it allegedly. Uh, Broader to watch. Bell's palsy is can last much longer than the initial 4 to 6 week diagnosis, but
I didn't want to hear that.
six 4 to 6 weeks is a average of how long it does take. I've known a few people that have had to struggle with this.
I didn't want to hear that. Yes, when I Google it, people are suggesting 1 to 3 weeks, but the doctor said you won't see any change for a month. Now, people are seeing changes, and we're getting close to a month. But yeah, the feeling it's going to take a little longer.
Well,
I
you're
got tabs.
actually
Go ahead.
you are actually showing visible improvement. I mean, it's hard to tell with that ugly mug, but uh,
I'm so
you know.
pretty, oh so pretty. I'm so pretty and witty and gay. Also, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't highlight that earlier, McGilligaff. Uh, let's see if I can find that comment so he knows what we're talking about.
What you talking about? I know that when I went to get coffee, someone texted me and said you were watching my ass as I was walking out. You perv. Okay. I think Finko's in my house. Wall
Well,
colors, ceiling fan, coffee cup. Looks like my kitchen. Actually, at my mom's sewing room slash office, printer. I got the camera angled this way because there's a drying rack for laundry. She doesn't want to heat dry. And I keep scanning the room for anything that will dox us. I don't think there's anything that will
I don't
dox
see
us.
anything in there. Uh,
No, I'm not in MC's kitchen. But planning on what she's cooking, I might wish I was in her kitchen. Did it make you smarter? Though. Generally specific, hey Badger, hope you are having a great vacation. Well, I am, but I gotta tell you, I keep sidestepping the relaxing vacation stuff for YouTube drama.
oh,
What's that?
well, there it is.
Good morning. Oh, how are you, GS? How are you, Aaron Queen? Is this a DEI stream. Hmm.
Is that a shot at me, Aaron?
Is that for me or Killer? I don't know.
Well, let's be clear who we're taking shots at. You know, it's all in fun and games.
Well, I see some new.
Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry, Giggles. I cannot stop harassing him. He has a financial obligation that he has not lived up to. So this is the only way we can do this.
And I do see some new chatters in the chat. The numbers are staying about the same, but I think people are leaving and new people are coming. Yeah, dealing with Chris Ryder friend tends to make avoiding drama nearly
Impossible.
impossible.
I know.
That's I, I keep getting reminded by people in my physical circle that I don't
Oh,
have to turn this shit on. But I keep turning this shit on, which I
there we
think
go.
will.
Public
Hey,
opinion is swaying.
now look. My
You're
legal
the one that
moral.
wanted to bring. Well, wait, before you start, you're the one that wanted to bring all this out in the open. You even
Uh,
titled this. So
my legal, moral, ethical, and spiritual advisor, Christopher Ryder, for public safety, told me not to pay those guys, that they're not really artists, and that the contract referring to payment to artists is void because they are not artists. He also advised me to make it all about me. So, all proceeds that I get, per my counsel's advice, it's all about me. So, yeah, my obligated bills, in my opinion, are being met. Now we're waiting for further advice from the legal expert, Christopher Ryder.
I noticed one thing you left out. You
What I leave
never
out?
said he was your financial advisor.
Oh, he's my advisor in everything: finances, law,
No, no, no.
ethics,
So
morals, spirituality,
I
horse
can't allow you
riding.
to drag another party into this. It's already too convoluted.
No. Hmm.
Uh, the Kiwi points something out for you.
Okay.
Says this is a well documented vacation. You haven't been offline and recuperating since you left DC.
Uh, Day before yesterday. Well, let me back it up to the day before yesterday. I'm watching Subpar Gaming, and GS recommends that I mukbang at a particular restaurant because I'm in upstate New York, and I just Chris Riderly assumed he meant somewhere near Fort Drum because I know GS is a Army veteran, and the only Army active duty place I know of in New York is Fort Drum. So I'm thinking, oh, if GS is familiar with a particular restaurant, it's got to be near Fort Drum. So I Google mapped names or variations of the names, and I couldn't find anything in New York until I found one, Greenwich House of Pizza, and I did find a location in New York. It's out there in eastern New York. Now, by then, I'm forgetting all about Fort Drum, and I'm thinking, that's 2 hours and 18 minutes away. And just doing a mukbang alone, driving 2 hours and 18 minutes, it wasn't really worth my time. So I said, I really, I don't think I can do it. And then he had another suggestion. Maybe you can do it on your way back to Virginia. So I pulled the map up again, and I saw I had to go all the way to the eastern end of New York and then go down 95. I did that once upon a time, and it took me 14 hours for a regular 9 hour drive. I'm like, nah, it's still not worth it to me. And now while they're talking on Subpar Game and he's sharing all his stuff, was never stationed at Drum. I didn't know that at the time. uh, I looked at the map again, and something about the geography where this Greenwich is seemed familiar to me. And I had in my head Bill Wilson's house. Now
Well,
this is
there's
where
part of the problem right there. You had it in your head.
I had in my head. Well, there are four locations related to Bill Wilson, the co-founder of AA, and one of them is about 35 minutes from Greenwich House of Pizza. And when I mapped Recon, I'm like, okay, I've always wanted to go see Bill Wilson's place, which I didn't realize there were four of, and it's right along the same route. Now to do the mukbang and get to see the place where Bill Wilson lived at one time, I think it's worth it. So I'm in. I'll do it. So the next morning, I didn't do the whole trip. I just like because we decided I have to be there after 4 because when I called them and said, "Will I be able to come there and record?" They said, "Yeah, after 4." I'm like, "Okay, so I'll go to the Bill Wilson place first." So I pull up on my Waze the wrong Bill. Actually, it turned out to be the right one. Stepping Stones was the right one. The other place near Greenwich is actually his boyhood home, which doesn't have a lot of AA history and lore there. It's got Bill Wilson history and lore, but he had quite a life before he founded AA. It's more of his childhood and high school life and his parents and grandparents. But I went to the unplanned location down there in Katana, Bedford Hills area, which I don't know that end of the state geography very well. So I just plug it in the Waze and I go, and I go, and I go. And 3 hours later, I get there and I'm like, wow, that took longer than I thought. So I street map recon the next step, and it was like it was like 3 hours to the next step. I'm like, well,
Your
shoot, this is
story keeps
actually,
changing.
I'm sorry.
Your story keeps changing. You know, the first video, I remember you saying it was like 2.5 hours. Now it's 3. Yeah,
Okay.
this tale is growing.
When you pull up Waze from
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't
Raleigh,
use Waze. I
uh,
you know that I don't have an iPhone or any of that. I'm at,
uh,
Max
so
shit.
for those of us who aren't geezers, we pull up Waze on our phone and we start driving, and it estimates when we're going to get there. And then you hit stoplights and you hit traffic and you hit construction, and you never get there at the estimated time. You get there at the actual time, which is a little bit more than the estimated time. Yes, it was an adventure. It was a wonderful adventure. Well, I got to Stepping Stones and realized this is a Bill Wilson place, but it's where Bill Wilson and his wife Lois lived out their days. And that's where all the real AA lore comes to, not this childhood home near Greenwich. But when I get there, I'm like, well, if I'm going to make it there by 4, how much time do I have? Oh, I'm probably not going to make it because nowadays it's telling me like somewhere around 3 hours to get to Greenwich. So I went ahead and surrendered and enjoyed the tour, enjoyed the history, enjoyed the lore, and really it was very spiritually uplifting, very educational. It was like, wow, this is some good stuff. So the tour is about 2 hours, if I remember correctly, a little bit over 2 hours. So I get in my car. I'm like, well, how much time do I have to get to Greenwich, which was somewhere around 2 or 3 hours? I'm like, ooh, Waze says 6. I better not commit before 6:15. So I put it out there that I'll probably be there around 6:15, maybe 6:30. And I started driving and driving and driving. Oh, by the way, did you driving?
Giggles. If I need to, I will use that. But I'm not so dark ages that I can't use Google Maps.
Well, it's on the same kind of device as Waze. It's called a smartphone. It's a telephone. You can make phone calls, which you can text. You can check out the weather. You can go on YouTube. Um, there's so many things you can do with these smartphones. You don't just flip it and call your buddy and say, "Hey, how do I get to Greenwich?" You put it
Flip
on
it.
your dashboard handle and you type in Greenwich and off you go. Um,
Grim
it
Reaper Network says hi.
Hi. So
Uh,
anyway,
there we go. Jim K got it figured out. Finkel.
Finkel is talking it to get
Faking
likes,
it.
taking to get likes. It is all about the clicks and views, baby. It's all about the clicks and views. So I'm on the road at leaving Stepping Stones. I'm on the way to Greenwich. It's going to be a few hours. I've reported out that I'm going to be late. And I can't remember if I called Muxter or Muxter called me. There was a phone connection between me and Muxter. And as we're talking, I'm reaching some familiar signage. I see up ahead that there's throughway 90, so that means I was south of 90 because I'm traveling north and there's 90. And if I take the exit this way, I'll go towards Albany. If I take it this way, I'm going towards Boston. So that tells me I'm somewhere east of Albany. What does that say?
Killing
Sometime.
time uses the phone that we used to use in the Army, the one you have to wind up at a charge and have about 10
Yes, a field phone. You're using
seconds
the
to
field phone, which is
transmit
pretty
your
amazing
message.
because when he drives on the highway, that wire unraveling, whew, that's some serious wire there.
Carte
uh,
Blanche just dropped in to say, good day, Finkel and
Good day.
Killen. Haven't heard your voice in a very long time, Killen, so had to make sure it was you.
The ladies do love
Go,
the killing voice, especially in the morning. I don't know what it's about killing time's voice, but they love it.
going back, well, it's not morning for Carte. This is going back to cooking dinner and lurking.
That's a good point. It is not dinner. It's just, yeah. Cart's over there on the other side of the planet. Where was it? Okay, so I'm approaching the throughway, and I realize where I'm at, and I'm thinking, wow, even if I go all the way to Greenwich, it's going to be a couple or more hours back to Mom's house. And I can see the clouds coming. It's going to be raining. It's going to be dark. I actually contemplated getting on the throughway and heading back and just scratching the whole Greenwich mission. And this little Bill Wilson voice hit my head. You made a commitment. You made a commitment. You made a commitment. Not like the commitment to pay my artists on my channel, but an actual commitment. I'm like, fuck. And I passed it through and went on to Greenwich. And I did the pizza's
Okay.
awesome.
Would somebody
Really.
clip that because he just said he made a commitment, but then he turned around and negated the commitment he made to the artist. Now,
I,
a commitment is a commitment. You know, you can't just selectively choose which ones you're going to honor,
now,
Finkel.
my ethical advisor, Chris Ryder, says yes, you can cherry pick your commitments. So
Well, I would suggest you seek alternate counsel.
I've heard that before very recently. So anyway, the pizza place, the pizza was awesome. Of course, I've only had one kind of pizza there. I see they had quite a menu. The pizza place was awesome, and I did a little review of my trip to Stepping Stones, and I could see it's getting rainier and darker. And keep in mind, back to any major highway, there's some back roads, 2-lane highway, non-street light, and it's rainy, and I don't know the area. And so that, even though it really took the same amount of time as predicted, that's when you've already had a long day, when you're driving on these roads you don't know and it's dark and you don't have full vision in one eye. I was exhausted before I got on the actual throughway. I did make it home. All in all, the day was wonderful. The day was absolutely wonderful. And although not knowing how enlightening stepping stones would be, um, I kind of wonder if I could predict the time and effort put into it before I set on the trip. I might not have made the trip, or if I had the original map to Bill Wilson related house, I wouldn't have gotten as much out of it. I don't know. Maybe I would have. Maybe all that lore is there too. I don't know. But the way nothing happens in God's world mistake, and the way it ended, as I review the whole day, yeah, it was friggin' awesome.
Hmm.
And I have some leftover pizza too, because I couldn't eat the whole 12-inch pizza. Well, I
Oh,
made it all
thankful.
about me again. So what do you think of me there, Dylan? Um,
Well, I want to address that last comment.
okay.
I've heard you can take 12 inches just fine.
Okay. All right. I'm going to add that to the list. What
I
time is
didn't
it?
say it was a
12:15.
fact. I just said that's what I had heard.
Okay. I've added it to the list. You made the list again. Okay. All right. I got you.
Hey, I want to stay on top of that list.
Oh, you want to be on top? Okay. All right. Kellen wants to be on top. Okay. All right. Got it. All right. We have a lot of clip worthy Wow, 18. Did GS rate us? I'm not used to having 18. You know, we had almost 30 when I was mukbanging. In the middle of nowhere, eating a pizza. Old man, ranting about some place that most people never heard of. I had 30 people. I'm like, yeah, we got rated by GS. Let me see. God gives us divine. Can you read the rest of that?
Appointment. God gives us divine appointments. Free will allows us to say yes or no to God.
Amen. Amen. Wow. Yeah. If you turn the clock back a year, can you imagine me agreeing with something GS says? We've come a long way, man. I want to thank Chris Ryder for helping span rivers
Facilitate.
across great divides. What's that, Killer?
I said facilitate, but that's okay.
Facilitate. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. And not in the way you think, but you have been a great positive influence in our lives in kind of a backhanded way. Mm. Oh,
Oh, I did want to address this
yeah.
comment here. It was put in here earlier. Generally specific, I can relay that to the artist that created that, but they are they do make their own decisions on what they do with that.
I see we got a larger than normal audience, so if you guys already know this, ignore me. For those of you who don't already know this, enjoy. Sometime yesterday, the artists put up a song, an AI me singing about the Chris Ryder accusation that this is a fake, and GS loved it, and he asked in the comment section if he could use that. And one of the artists says, "Well, this is a Killing Time production, so no." Now I don't know if that was joking or if he was serious, no. But I'm like, oh, hold on. I put out many times anything on my channel, you can reshare at will. But now we have the creator of the material saying no, but it's on my channel. I'm like, I need Chris Ryder's advice. So I did another quick live stream reaching out to Chris Ryder for moral, ethical, and legal advice on this dilemma that FMAK has gotten itself to. On one hand, people are free to use whatever we post, but on the other hand, the specific artist said no. And we don't know if he was joking or not, but at least for now, he's saying no. So what do we do? Live up to our earlier promise, or go with the artist's current standing decision? So, Chris Ryder, if you're out there, we need your world-renowned expertise, legal and ethical advice on how to proceed with this. Can GS use the material, or does he have to abide by the artist's wish not to? Uh, well, maybe I'm caught in the middle. Maybe GS can use it, but the artist has to take it out on me for him using it. Well, of course, yeah, we're already in discussions about the conflict between the artists and the channel curator. Uh, You are in a triple mood, Miss Blanche. It's good. Oh, okay. That had nothing to do with me. It's funny how I notice chats that have nothing to do with me, and I miss the ones that are directly for me. Kind of like a Chris Ryder is, couldn't it?
Well, I will say you do have some selective acknowledgments at times.
Oh, selective. Okay, yeah. Cherry picking. Yeah, as advised by my moral counselor, Chris Ryder. Yeah.
Much
Uh,
like your selective memory.
think I'll wait till you get.
Legal advice for Chris.
Yes, I should not comment any further until I get that legal advice, get that expertise counsel. Yeah. Um,
Well, you should be aware that this has all been live streamed, so everything you said can and will be used against you.
wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Are you saying this is being recorded?
You know it is. You're the one that's recording it.
That doesn't mean I know it's being recorded. I have cognitive issues. Remember, I had a seizure. I don't think so clearly.
Well, I'm in a one-party state, so it doesn't matter.
Hmm. Oh, that, you know, the best part of what I can remember about the conversation was that I intentionally avoided the call in Pennsylvania because I don't know what I know now. I didn't know at the time what is Pennsylvania law on recording phone calls. And so I took the call in New York State, wondering would this call be over if I took it in Pennsylvania? He opens the call, and I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember the exact words. Hopefully, Muxter will have the exact words sometime today. He opened the call with identifying that he's in a one party state, but he is recording, which I guess technically would give me the option to say, I don't want to be recorded and end the call. Why, yes, it is being recorded. But now, whether he claims he consented or not, because he's claiming he is recording it, he is literally giving consent to it being recorded. Hell, he's stating that he's doing it himself. And we heard me yelling about my oath. So we know he recorded at least part of it. So yeah. And by
I,
the way, that makes me think of something. He played that as if it was to embarrass me. And maybe the rage was embarrassing. Not really. Maybe people were like, oh, he's raging. But if you listen to the words behind the rage, what is wrong with reminding people that I took an oath? Why is that so? Why does he think that's embarrassing? I suspect because he doesn't understand the words, what it is to be loyal to the Constitution of the United States. I think it's because he has no clue. Thank you. I'll wait till you get. Yeah, okay, I already read that. Yeah.
uh, are you saying he doesn't understand the word oath? You know, and that, or are you saying he doesn't get the concept of the oath you took? I'm
Uh,
just putting it out there. I'm kind of confused on which way you're leaning with that.
well, that's a good question because it could be either way, but in this case, with these people involved, I think it's both. He doesn't understand the word oath, vow, promise. I don't think he understands what it is the Constitution does for us or is supposed to do for us. I think both are true. Which did I mean by it? Both. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about him not knowing what the word oath means. But yeah, yeah, I don't think he understands what it is to keep a promise, to keep a commitment, to be driving a long, long time towards a destination you've never been before, but you've made a commitment to go there. And you see an exit that allows you to get home much earlier, get back to rest much earlier. The easy way out or the commitment keeping. And it wasn't really even an important commitment. It was a friggin' mukbang. Easy way out, commitment. I don't think he knows what it is to follow through with the commitment. He has no clue. Are you allowing people on panel? Yes, but as we saw with the mukbang, I'm gonna have to rely on Killing Time, Ariel, or Muxer to put the link out because I was screwing that up on the mukbang. Killing Time, do you wanna put the link out? Do you wanna have a panel?
This is your channel. You make the decision.
But you said the artists are taking it over. I'm open to it. I'm for it. I don't want GS and for public safety up at the same time. In fact, for now, I don't want for public safety on at all. But yeah, I'm open to open panels as long as we don't get angrily opposing sides, two sides of the same. Yeah, yeah. I'm open to it. I'd like that. Yeah, as an old, I missed it.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got to open up the other channel to
Okay,
put it in the one he's in.
if you put it in the StreamYard chat itself, it should show up in both channels.
Oh, well.
I think.
I've got a little issue with that, and I'll address that later.
Okay. Well, let me try. Maybe it
I
was
got it.
just. Oh, you
It's in
got it.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there.
So now it's in both channels.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The StreamYard is out there at suggestion of GS. So GS and people friendly to GS are currently welcome. I'm going to say if you angrily oppose GS on this or other issues, um, don't come up because I just don't want the headache of the yelling and screaming at each other. Um,
In answer to this question, no, he has not yet.
well, the question is really: is there a debt? I'm waiting for my legal advice. I will be up shortly. Just fed the chickens and pounding a coffee. Oh, pouring a coffee.
Pouring.
I'm pounding you coffee.
Well, you got to grind the beans up somehow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm. Do you know why I went live at this time of the ungodly morning? Is because one of the artists says, uh,
You better get it right.
"Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Muxter. It was one of the other artists said." See, my reading ain't so good. One of the artists says,
Noticed.
I'm sorry?
I said, we've noticed.
Okay. Well, one of the artists, and I think Killer knows who I'm talking about, he says, I'm waiting for you to try to go live again, Finkel. We have special surprise waiting for you. I thought that was Muxter that said that. It was not Muxter. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to take this kerfuffle live. And here I am. And all this time I've been waiting for Muxter. It wasn't Muxter that said to do this. It was killing time, and now I'm putting it all together. When I opened up the stream, it started out with a claim to being Killing Time Productions. Is
Oh,
that the
no, that's
surprise?
been there.
Huh?
That's been there. You just hadn't noticed.
Oh, yeah. Things do get past me.
No, I figured if you were going to take this live, then
Mm.
the surprise was going to be I was going to be here on stage to defend the other side.
Another part of the private conversations we were all sworn to never share. Last night when I got back here and I was just too exhausted to do anything on YouTube.
Wait a minute, wait, back up just a little bit. What did you just say? Private conversations that
Yeah, private conversations that we shouldn't be sharing.
no,
That
that's not the word you used.
what did I say?
That we've all sworn not to
Yeah,
share. And
yeah.
what are you doing?
I'm breaching that. Yeah.
Okay, just
Deal with it. Okay. So,
wanted to clarify for the record.
well, I won't find it because it was several texts ago. The idea was that Mux and Ariel were live, and they were hoping I could join. I said I probably won't join, and then someone sarcastically said, "Well, say hi to your buddy GS." I'm like, "Well, chances are you guys will see GS before me." And later on, someone said, "You were right. We did see GS before you." So was GS up here last night on this panel, or I didn't watch. So I don't know. Well, either way, GS after he pounds his coffee, he will be up here. Finkel is a turncoat.
I can't argue with that, Giggles, right now.
you,
You
you
know,
can't, seriously, seriously. Not too long ago, I lied to the most important person in my life. So all of you people who are less important than that most important in my life, you're not safe. I'm capable of lying. I'm also capable of retracting it and admitting that I lied. But yeah, I'm capable of lying. I don't want to
gee,
lie. I strive to not lie. But you know what? One of the things I found out at Stepping Stones is Bill and Lois broke promises, lied. And of course, they did a lot of 10 steps too. They were not perfect. We rated
rated
Muck and, oh, Ariel. Oh, okay. You rated us. Okay. Cool.
rated Muck and Ariel's live last night.
All right. Cool. View counts. I should have monetized. I should have monetized. We're getting more view counts. All right. Actually, the only time I really thought about monetizing when I realized that at Fort Belvoir, when that when that went over 100,000 views, I'm like, should I monetize? I don't know what 100,000 views, but it's now at 184,000 views. I have no idea how many. I have no idea what the paycheck would be for 100,000 views.
If you monetize, then you do have to start censoring your words.
That's true. I wouldn't get away with a lot of the music I play. That is very true. Hey, Muck, if you can hear me, what time does the mail usually get delivered at your place? I'm
Uh,
wondering if they're saying somebody picked it up. Is it even coming today? Did the wrong? Yeah, I'm
I,
not too happy about this. I really
I,
wanted to hear that.
I will say that earlier in that chat that you were looking at,
Uh huh.
uh, he did comment that it's usually around 5 in the evening.
Oh my God, we got to wait till at least 5. Of course, it's going to take them a little while to render it. Assuming when they say mail's been picked up by individual, and the individual is Muck's turn, he did not pick it up. I'm like, did this get misrouted and somebody else pick it up? And I'm like, no, I want to hear the conversation.
Hey, Finkel, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Yes. How you doing?
Look at, you see it? Reunited and it feels so good. Yeah, I got my second. I appreciate you fighting for my amendments there. I really do. You never claim to be anything exact other than exactly what you are.
Well, to be fair, I didn't really fight for them. I spurred out about them.
No, it's
But
listen,
I
man.
get your point.
You didn't stay silent about it, and I really do appreciate it. I mean, I think that Bow guy, he might have mentioned it in a kind of a sideways.
Uh-huh.
That's messed up, but still try to use it as a joke and a content. I don't
Oh,
find
wow.
it. Yeah, I don't.
Wow. I watched him in a minute. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was. I guess he was trying to play like the voice of reason on a couple things on the stage, basically saying that, hey, if that's messed up. If you took this guy's Second Amendment away by weaponizing the government. I wanted to ask you this as a believer yourself, and I'm a fellow believer that it really I'm recently a Christian. I think I was almost 51 when I gave my life over to the Lord, and thank you for watching. The Bible said that we are to swear no oaths, and the reason, and so now listen, I raised my hand and swore an oath to the Constitution, right? And the Bible says that we are to swear no oaths, that we are to let our yeses be yeses and our noes be no. Now, I don't think you have a problem with that very often, but I wondered what your thoughts were about that we are to swear no oaths, that our words should be our bond, basically, as a Christian.
It kind of makes sense. I wasn't aware of that.
Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know. Does the Bible say to swear? I really don't know. That's interesting.
So we're going to go
What
new.
does ChatGPT say about that? Yes, the Bible does speak against swearing oaths, though different traditions may interpret this in different ways. Matthew 5:33 through 37. Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount. Again, you have heard it that was said to those of old, you shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord. Oh my. I was totally unaware of this, but I say to you, do not swear at all, but let your yes be yes and your no. Oh, you almost got it directly. Wow. For a guy who allegedly hasn't read that much of the Bible, you were right on with that. For whatever is more than those from the evil one. Oh my goodness.
So I guess that's a fancy way of somebody said something recently that really stuck with me. They said half of the truth is a lie and the truth and a half is also a lie. And that's kind of an interesting way of saying, let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. So I didn't remember this part. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one, meaning the father of lies, right? So saying yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no, but for whatever is more than saying yes when you actually don't mean yes and no when you actually don't mean no is from the evil one, meaning it's a lie from the pit of hell. That's interesting. I didn't know that follow-on part. Thank you for helping me on that one. So that Matthew 5:34 through 37. Okay.
It does list some more, but I like the first one is all I needed. Let me pull it back up. It also quotes
I want to, while you're looking at that, Finkel, I want to ask, did either one of you know that verse when you took the oath?
No.
Okay, I, I did not know this, and at the time, I identified as a Christian, as a United Methodist Christian, and I thought I knew what I was talking about. What I didn't know the first time I took the oath is what was the Constitution. It took the second time that I rose my right hand a couple years later to think about, oh, if I'm going to take this oath, I should know what it is I'm taking an oath to. And I went over the Constitution and I'm like, yeah, I can agree to this. I still didn't fully understand everything, but I'm like, it was kind of silly to take an oath to something I really wasn't that familiar with. I mean, everyone knew the Fifth Amendment, everyone knew the First Amendment, but there's a lot of other amendments, and there's the executive, the judicial, and the legislative branches, and there's a lot of information there that I did not know. Um, Am I excusing it if I say, and sorry if I'm rambling, it just does say, and it quotes Jesus as saying, let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Is he saying that just me saying I will support and defend the Constitution? Hi, Ariel. Is that whether I raised my right hand or not, if I just said I will support and defend the Constitution, could that just be like a yes or a no, or an oath? I'm gonna have to give it more thought. Thanks for confusing the shit out of me, GS.
I've been struggling with it honestly ever since, because I've said the same thing. I swore an oath to defend and protect and defend the Constitution of the United States and all, against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. I mean, when I heard you say that, dude, it did make me think you were unhinged. It put a little bit of pencil back in my lead. You know what I'm saying? Or no, I'm sorry, a little bit of lead back in my pencil. I got that all backwards. No, I thought it was good, dude. It's and like I said, I misjudged you, bro. I thought you were like Comrade Finkel and I really did, man. I really misjudged you. And yeah. Oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
No, sometime in the future. I was basic training here at Fort Knox, Kentucky back in 1989. All right. And then, I was near the Disney barracks and everything like that. That's kind of what we went through. And then they had the old World War II barracks in here too, I think. And I'd like to go check some of that out, maybe do some videoing and footage. But they have the Patton Museum, which I heard is not really back to what it was originally, but it's still the Patton Museum here. And I've never actually gone through and been to the Patton Museum. And of course, you can get pictures of the gold vault. From the outside, of course. But I was wondering if we were to ever, I don't know, maybe break bread at some point in time, would you want to see about doing an audit of JJ's jailhouse, to include the wood shop, to include the medical? I kept saying I was going to do it. I haven't done it. But it would be nice to do it with somebody that can be like, yeah, I was there, and no, there wasn't a bunch of stuff cut out, and he was transparent, or he wasn't transparent. But I think, going to the Patton Museum, breaking some bread together, me and you at least. I mean, it doesn't have to have anything to do with JJ or anything like that if you're not comfortable with it. But like Rabbit said, I believed a lot of the stuff that Chris was saying until I actually had a conversation with JJ and was like, wow, he got it so wrong, it's not even funny. I was still neutral until after I went to the ethics hearing. And what I told Chris, I'm going there to observe and report, and I'll make up my mind about JJ after I see and hear what I heard at the ethics hearing. And I walked away from that. And I know you're not a big fan. I'm not trying to convince you or anything like that. But I was like, I walked away going, wow, these people are actually pretty decent folks. And so that's my honest input on it. But if that's something you might be willing to do, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with the jailhouse, I thought it would be interesting to have us both going through and both auditing at the same time. So that way there's a your side, my side, and then the truth, whatever that is, the objective witness, which is often the camera, right?
To be honest, as Chris Ryder's misperceptions and lies come into my circle of awareness, and I realize this fucker's wrong. I am second guessing.
Yeah.
What he said about JJ and Ray and other things. So, am I willing? Yes, I'm willing to do that. Go check out JJ's show. I am willing to go to Fort Knox museums. I don't know what their public photography rules are. You'd have to check with the TAO. Once we're inside the post, I mean, outside the post, I'll record the hell out of them. So there's a willingness. Will I commit to it? No, that's a long ways from my my areas. And the last time I committed to doing something, it was a lot farther out of my way than I thought. So I won't commit to it. Yes, I'm willing. If I'm ever in that area and my mind isn't changed before then, yeah, that would be something interesting to do. You, JJ, Fort Knox, the Patent Museum. I'm just like, I didn't know there was a Patent Museum, but now that I'm hearing one, I'm like, ooh, not as big as Bill Wilson to me, but it's big. I do love me some Patent. So yeah,
we should do a story on Patton sometime. No, maybe it wasn't Patton though. Who was it? Who was it that during the Korean conflict? It wasn't Montgomery. No, who was it? There's a general that wanted to bomb the hell out of the southern part of China that abutted against North Korea in order to prevent them from amassing and swelling over, because they pushed the U.S. troops in Korea all the way down, almost all the way off the peninsula of Korea, and that could have been avoided. Who was it? Wasn't Montgomery? Who was the general that they ended up firing because he was mad because he wanted to bomb the southern part, the very southern part of China, to discourage the Chinese from getting involved?
I'm not certain. I think maybe MacArthur.
Yes, I think it was. Okay, hold on. Let me see. What
big
general?
World War II hero, but kind of went against the president in the Korean conflict, if I remember correctly.
And didn't he have a weird accident? Like a weird car accident? That's what took him out?
Oh, I thought Patton had a weird car accident.
Maybe it was Patton too.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What general wanted to bomb China
Nikki,
during the Korean conflict? It's funny that they call it the Korean conflict. They won't even call it a war still.
Well, we've been getting around that since the end of World War II. When a president wants to take a conflict and Congress doesn't agree, the Constitution says only Congress can declare war. So we use police action or conflict or some other term other than war.
Do you mind if I read this, Killing Time?
Oh,
all right.
Or don't have to ask my permission.
All right. So it says General Douglas MacArthur wanted to bomb China during the Korean conflict. He proposed using between 30 to 50 tactical atomic bombs. Wow. Ooh. On an air base and supply. I didn't know that. There's supply depots along the China-North Korea border. Excuse me. Specifically targeting areas from Angtong to Hongchong to destroy Chinese air power and disrupt supply lines. MacArthur also suggested creating a radioactive barrier. Whoa, okay. A radioactive barrier. Maybe this is history revision here. Using cobalt to prevent future invasions from the north, a plan he believed would have won the war in 10 days. His desire to expand the war into China, including bombing industrial areas and the coordinating with Chinese nationalist forces, was a primary reason for his dismissal by President Truman, who feared it would escalate the conflict into a wider war with the Soviet Union. I didn't know that. I knew he just wanted to bomb them. That sounds a little extreme.
I didn't know that either. Atomic bombs. Wow. Did China have atomic bombs yet? I'm not sure, but that could have turned out real ugly.
Well, the Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Fat Boy and what was it? Little Boy and Slim. What was the name?
Yeah, one was little and one was fat. Like one was boy and one was man. I can't remember which.
All right, we'll figure it out.
I believe it was Fat Boy and Little Man, but don't quote me on that.
I think you're right. I'm not sure. I remember Fat and Little, and I know Man and Boy, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right, Killer. By the way, anyone watching, killer is not Killa.
Yeah, that threw me off.
There's a Killa Manila who is
Yeah.
separate from Killing Time, and I think one thing they have in common besides the first couple syllables is they usually don't take hardline sides in these YouTube drama wars. Other than that, they're completely different people.
Okay. In the chat, Nikki has put it was Little Boy and Fat Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll buy that. I know those 4 words were in the 2 bombs. Fat little man boy. Yeah, I'll yeah. Actually, when Nikki researches stuff, I've never known her to be wrong.
Oh, there it is. Now I can see it in the chat because I'm over on the Shadow Finkel one.
Oh, okay.
I think we got how many? We got 9 over on the Shadow Finkel.
Okay, there's 22 people watching as I see it from StreamYard. If you don't see somebody who you know is chatting, they're at we're proposing the Finkel and Shadow Finkel. And I really got to stop doing that because that does confuse a lot of people. Where do you see Nikki or where do you see GS?
Yeah, I didn't see anyone on the other one. I'm not seeing any. I just saw it because somebody posted it, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Come say hello to the Badger. You're becoming like a legend, brother, by the way. You know,
only in my own mind.
Do you know the funny thing is when I call myself I am legend,
mm-hmm.
Like if you look up the definition of legend, here I'll do it right now. People don't realize it because and you're gonna get to understand this, Finkel, because this is probably coming your way soon. You're gonna have to be I am legend 2 TOO. So it's a legend definition. I just want to make sure I get it right. An unverified story handed down from earlier times. Chris Ryder, some people that won't be named because I'm not trying to offend anyone. Different people. A certain studio that has a bunch of like an unverified story handed down from earlier times, especially one popularly believed to be historical. Meaning, yes, they lied about me, but somehow some groups of people have adopted a lot of the lies about me as the truth. Believe me, I'm more than happy to own the things that aren't necessarily like you, Finkel, which is interesting about the phone call. You're like, don't edit out the parts that might be embarrassing to me. I need to see that so that I can examine myself. And that statement, my chat was just like, I've got a newfound respect for Finkel. I mean, a lot of people giving you a shout out, man. It says a body or collection of such stories, one that inspires legends or achieves legendary fame or infamy, I think, in this case. What's up, Kelly? Miss Kelly Brown? Oh, there we go.
All this time when I hear you say or put on your tag, I am legend, I've always misconstrued that as you saying, I am great or I'm the greatest,
Nope.
like a Muhammad Ali brag.
Nope.
So I've been getting it all wrong.
Yeah.
Please take an oath promising to end all the channel confusion.
Just let your yeses be yeses and your no's be no. I think the answer is going to be no. That's funny. Right. My nose is running, dude. What's going on? These allergies are insane. Anyone else?
No, we've been getting more rain here than they've expected. And so pollen and whatever's in the air that triggers allergies, no problems here. But there is a YouTube conflict is my hostess, my mom, is up. So I'm going to go spend some quality time with her. I want to thank you all for joining. And for those of you who don't know about the FMAK kerfuffle, watch the first few minutes of this. I think it'll explain it all. But I'm going to go hang out with Mommy.
All right. You enjoy your time. God bless you, man.
Do you want me to end or do you want me to just leave?
Can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say something, if I could, man.
Sure.
A lot of people are rooting for you, man. You don't, and listen, I'm not trying to get you to even react or say anything. I just hope you'll just receive this message. There's been a lot of sentiment that what's happening to you right now and, the kind of the stress that's being put on you, you really don't need it. And I hope you'll enjoy your vacation. And we're rooting for you. You're looking better every day. And a lot of people are making comments. Killa Milla actually said something about like a face massager or that you should like AEIOU and keep working your facial. I know it's a nerve block, but there could be some atrophying. And so it's probably important to keep working it, maybe chewing gum but maybe be careful you don't get the inside of your lip. or
Good
your
ideas.
mouth. So these are things we're rooting for you. You're looking better every day, and try to take time and take a deep breath. And here I am keeping you from your mom. Hug your mom. Tell
Okay.
someone you love that you love them, because tomorrow's not promised for any of us. And God
Amen.
bless you, bro.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I didn't hear that from Killer, but yeah, I have been like subconsciously massaging that part. Killer, do you want me to end or do you want me to just leave?
You can go ahead and end it. I'm sure GS came up here to talk to you, so
Okay.
Well, it was good to meet you, Killen.
it's good to meet you.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
I don't know what those two putas are talking about. I am the wind beneath Finkel's.
Hold on. It is obviously me. I am the wind.
You guys, this is stupid. I knew him first. Obviously, he is nothing without.
Oh, you knew him first. I am so sick of this. I knew him first bullshit.
Me too.
I don't
care what
I don't
anyone
care what
says.
anyone says. I
favorite.
am Finkel's favorite.
If it wasn't
If it wasn't for me, he'd just be one more rambling old man on the internet.
Come on, you guys. Why can't we all just get along? To be honest, I like to think I am the wind beneath my own wings.
Shut
up,
up, Finkel.